The vanilla latte has never tasted this great. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has came to play because Team Slovakia has done it again. In 2022, in the men's ice hockey tournament in Beijing, Slovakia beat Germany 4-0. Today, in 2026, the Slovaks once again beat the best German team assembled in years, 6-2, 35-27 for Slovakia the shots. It is a quarterfinal matchup for the ages, and the Slovaks will play for a medal. I wanted to say, GG's over to the German Olympic team on men's ice hockey. We all said that this was the best team that they had in years. 2018, Pyeongchang, Korea, that was the really great coming out party for German hockey. They won the gold. It was super exciting. It was super memorable. But in 2022, they lost in the first round to Team Slovakia and Juraj Slafkovsky. We all know what happens next. The Slovaks, they beat the US, they played off against Finland in the semis, they lost, but then the Slovaks beat Sweden in the bronze medal game. 4-0 shutout, and Juraj Slafkovsky, inevitable Montreal Canadiens forward, ended up with a goal-a-game rate. He had scored himself a crazy amount of hype, and he won an Olympic bronze medal at the ripe old age of 17. Now, whether or not Slovakia wins or loses their next game, they will play for a medal, be it gold, silver, or bronze. All they need is one more win to get a medal. As long as they don't lose 2 in a row, they've got this. But this game was one of these situations where I think for Team Germany, it's yet another tale of Leon Draisaitl getting over-relied upon and the rest of the team's depth not showing up. It's almost like Matthew Tkachuk was correct. And I say that fully knowing that Leon Draisaitl had an impact in this game. He assisted on Lucas Reichel's goal in the second period, and he played 28 minutes, I think. So obviously Leon Draisaitl relied upon in this hockey contest, the captain of Team Germany. For the first time, he's suiting up at the Olympic Games for this team. You gotta remember, last time Olympians included National Hockey League players, it was 2014. Draisaitl was draft eligible in that season. So there was an idea that said that, hey, this German squad can be very, very dangerous. It's very top-heavy. You have Draisaitl, Stützle, Peterka, Seider. But other than that, they didn't really have the depth to compete with some of these other teams, Slovakia included. And that comes across in the score sheet when you look at whom it is was able to get on the board. First period, 1-0. It's Pavel Regenda, a guy who had finally scored his first goal of the Olympic Games. I say finally because if you'd been following the San Jose Sharks, you'd realize that Pavel Regenda was one of the best gosh darn young players to suit up for this team. For a good chunk of this season, Regenda was the highest scoring average player in the NHL. He's got 9 points in 16 games so far. And it's funny because if you take a look at Regenda's San Jose Sharks numbers over here, he had gone the past however many games this is with only 1 point. He made his NHL debut with 2 goals in 2 games, then he had scored a hat trick against Tampa Bay out of nowhere. Pavel Regenda is a goal-scoring machine, and he ended up getting things started here in the first. Milos Kelemen made it 2-0 in the second period, assisted by that same Pavel Regenda. Oliver Okulier makes it 3-0 4 minutes into the second period, just 30 seconds after the Kellerman goal. It's Oliver Okulier. And the reason why I love this story so much is because all the way back in 2018, Oliver Okulier was indeed a guy that we made a Why I Want video about. Let me just pull it up over here. Why I Want Oliver Okulier. This was 7 years ago. We made a video about this underrated Slovak prospect, and now it's 2026. It's 8 years later, and the guy is scoring extremely important goals at the Olympics. Speaking about goals, Dalibor Dvorsky, 6 minutes later, makes it 4-0. He prized this game wide open. Dvorsky, of course, St. Louis Blues product. He had scored some clutch goals so far. This one is assisted by Okulier and Koch. So it is a 4-0 Slovak lead. Lukas Reichel, Vancouver Canucks product, assisted by Leon Draisaitl, makes it 4-1 before Pavel Regenda, 58 seconds into the third, makes it 5-1. This is all coming off the backs of some extremely impressive Slovak play. There was a spinorama done by Juraj Slafkovsky. Just a beautiful play around Leon Draisaitl at Slav's own blue line. It's kind of funny because after this daring play by Slav, you had the Slovak broadcast going out there and saying this. Marian Gaborik mentioned how it didn't seem as risky a move to him when the other commentator suggested that it was. And you know what? Yeah, I'll say this. If it's Marian Gaborik going out there and offering his insight and analysis, he's probably going to say, yeah, that was the right move. That was the right thing to do, and props on Slav for being able to do it. Such a unique athlete, climbing into stardom for sure. Here's the thing about Juraj Slafkovsky. He was on pace to getting 0 points in this game up until the empty net goal, where Slav goes over to Adam Ruzicka, who finds Tomáš Tatar right in the middle there. He makes it 6-2 Slovakia. And it's business as usual for this Slovak team, getting the victory 6-2 and eliminating a very top-heavy German team that just wasn't able to contend with the depth needed to be able to take out this Slovak team. Man, this has been a crazy run so far. The very first semi-finalist team confirmed at the men's ice hockey tournament in this Olympic Games, Milano Cortina. There were a number of other things that we should talk about, too. Take a look at this. That Dalibor Dvorsky that we had spoken about? Yeah, well, 2 goals in this game here today. Dvorsky has now passed Alexander Ovechkin for most points in an NHL tournament, Olympic tournament, as an NHL rookie. He now has the highest points ever by an NHL rookie in a single Olympic tournament. Dvorsky passed Alex Ovechkin, Sami Vatanen, and Olli Maatta. Now, it's kind of ridiculous that Team Finland back in 2014 had 2 young rookie defensemen going out there and scoring 5 points each in Vatanen and Maatta. Both of those guys ended up having pretty solid NHL careers, but Alex Ovechkin, of course, is the big one in terms of NHL rookies playing at the Olympics. It's very interesting because we all recognize that if Juraj Slafkovsky had been drafted back in 2022, before the Olympics took place, then he would have had that record. But he was an undrafted player. That was just a unicorn of a season that he had back then. But still, Slav continues his point production in this game. He gets the assist. It's enough to go out there and put him on the score sheet one more time. And with that, Slafkovsky is now at a whopping 7 points in 4 games played. So he has already matched his point production total in 3 fewer games this Olympics compared to last Olympics. He is one of the best players in the tournament so far. He has been producing, he has been playing, he has been spinoramaing around Leon Draisaitl. And Team Slovakia, they've gotten themselves a pretty good chance here to do some damage. Take a look at the upcoming games. On the men's side, you have Canada, Czechia, Finland, Switzerland, and then USA, Sweden. Whomever it is wins, I'd say, against USA or Sweden, we may see Team Slovakia go out there and play off against. I want to see that Slovak-USA rematch that happened in the quarterfinals. 4 years ago. So yeah, if Slafkovsky can go out there and maybe do some damage against a much better American team than what was put together over here, that will be the true test, I guess. At first, it was Leon Draisaitl. Next, it's Austin Matthews. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Team Slovakia's victory over Team Germany. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.